Tim Girard, President of the Vermont State Firefighters Association. Thank you. Before we go any farther, you are wearing the uniform of the association or of this or of a particular department?
It is a uniform of the fire service. The uniform represents Vermont State Firefighters, but this is what we call a Class A uniform for the fire service. It's like a military uniform.
I could see that. Okay, are you also connected with this?
Yes.
Volunteer, the fire department?
Yes.
In Swanton. How many, and are you the head of it? Or
No. I used to be an assistant chief here until my other duties.
Too much?
Yeah.
Okay. How many members do we have here in this?
On the roster, we have 38.
And is that enough for Swanton, you think?
We're always looking for more people. Any department today is always looking for more qualified people. Most of the time when they come in the door, we have a period of probation that we call it to get used to to get used to the equipment, get used to the men, know how we operate, know how our SOGs go.
SOGs?
Standard operating guidelines.
Oh, guidelines. SOPs, we called it.
Well, we're trying to get away from SOPs because lawyers, if that's a procedure, so we use the guidelines.
Okay,
the word, it's the wording.
Okay. Anyway, so you're always looking for more people, but you think with 38 you can do
38 we can do it, but we also have a wonderful mutual aid system here in Franklin County, and I have to let you know that I am the president of the Franklin County International Firefighters Association. That covers the whole Franklin County, and we have 5 Canadian fire departments within the association. 17 county fire departments and 5 Canadian. So we're at 22 members. We cover the whole county. The mutual aid works very well with these situations.
Does that allow, for instance, you to not buy some expensive equipment because a nearby department will buy that, or can you work that out?
No, the departments that buy their equipment for set up for the towns. Most of the equipment is multi-purpose, depending, if the mutual aid calls as a structure fire, their equipment works just as well as ours.
Okay.
So it isn't per se specific to that department. It's what they need for that department, for the surroundings that they have to respond to.
So this department has everything it thinks it needs for its job?
Yes.
And has as many people right now?
Yes.
But you say you're always looking for more people.
Oh, yeah.
And some departments are low, is that correct?
Some departments are low, but they're trying to get their numbers back up. It's depending on advertisement. I hate to say that word, advertisement, but they are trying to get their numbers back up through open houses, community events, and stuff like that.
Has this always been a problem, or has it gotten to be worse?
I would say within the last 20 years, here in this department, I can remember it used to be a waiting list to get on.
Oh, really?
And now with the economy the way it is, with 2 parents working, family events, school activities, their jobs taking them out of town, where a lot of them, they have to travel. So it's a big commitment to come on to a emergency services organization, whether it's fire department or rescue, because of the training hours and the commitments for the other activities that we do.
And so are the emergency ambulance staffs also having departments also having a problem keeping people?
Well, I wouldn't say keeping people,
But
it's getting some, too. Same thing. It's the same thing for them as it is for us.
Let me go back to the word advertisement. You say you hated to use that word, but I know what you mean. You have to let people know you're here.
We do open houses,
Right.
community events. We have one fireman that gets involved with, it's like a food shelf for Thanksgiving time for needy families and stuff. And that gets the word out that we're here to help you. He does a wonderful job with us, and I'll give him his name as the fireman our lieutenant, Jason Cross, who's very big into our community service. Everybody on the fire department has a particular job that they like doing, and that's
Right.
one thing that he's done well with, and he gets good support from the department on that.
So what is the appeal? What brings people in here to join the
A
department?
lot of it is to do when they see the trucks go out, see the gear that we wear. Sometimes it's the red lights and siren that draw them. But you got to understand, today's society, we have to do background checks on a lot of departments, especially us. we have to do background checks on people, and sometimes they make it, sometimes they don't.
What do you have to look out for?
Well, I just do not get into that because that's specific, so I'll let that
But
one go.
a police record in
Police
the past,
record,
certain
yeah.
sorts of allegations,
Yeah,
et cetera, et cetera.
et cetera, et cetera.
You want to make sure you're
Getting the quality
getting
people.
a responsible person.
Yeah.
Do people have to undergo training, or they're just encouraged to undergo the training?
Now, when you say training, we're always training.
What I mean, the specific firefighter training to get them certified.
Yes, you do.
You have to do it.
Oh, yes. We've adopted, which a lot of departments in the state of Vermont, they haven't made it mandatory, but we have what they call level 1 firefighter, which gives them everything that they need to do to fight the fire.
Right.
And we ask our new firefighters within the year of signing on to take this level 1 course that the state fire service training puts on.
Which is a fairly extensive course.
It's 100 and some odd hours now.
Right, right. And then they get certified.
Yeah, they get certified.
Now, is there any, in this department, for instance, is there any kind of pay? Is there a stipend?
We're one of the fortunate ones since we are a municipality. We get an hourly rate, which isn't very much. I mean, in the fire service today, if you join the fire service, you're not doing it to get rich. We get an hourly rate per call. So we're considered a paid on-call department. If the pager goes off, we are now considered a village employee.
Okay. And what is that hourly rate?
It depends on the fireman and the officer and the
Oh,
chief.
I see. Okay.
It's not very much.
Is it
It's
above
like
the-
minimum wage.
It's about minimum wage. So again, this is not something you do
To make money.
to
no.
make money. You do it for the appeal, as you say, of the equipment, of
Yeah.
the whole, and what else? Anything else? What? Well,
The satisfaction you're helping your community.
right.
That's the biggest thing, is the satisfaction that we've had a lot of different calls last year where you could have water in a cellar to where you get called out in the middle of the night to go help that person get the cellar pumped out. It may just be a person.
Do we have an emergency?
Where? Well, I got to go to Canada.
You gotta go. You gotta go.
Thank you. I hope you got enough.
Well, we'll just have to make do with it, won't we? That's what happens when you.
Well, at least you get to see the trucks later.
So Timmy, what we'll do is I want somebody to drive the 5 because they're just looking for man.